And we welcome you here to the Ty Walker Show, episode number 9. I'm Ty Walker here, and we got a new guy here today as Trev Prod's not here today, so for his second episode now, underrated Prod's going to be joining me here today. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
So, we've got a lot to get here today. We're going to start off with some breaking news. Rock Ya-Sin getting signed by the Baltimore Ravens corner, formerly played for the Colts, and the Raiders signing a $6 million deal for 1 year. Also, more signing news. Randall Cobb signed a 1-year deal with the New York Packers. I'm just kidding, the New York Jets. But they're signing all these Packers guys. We have no details on how much he's getting paid. We just know it's a 1-year deal. So how do you feel about those?
I mean, honestly, the Jets are building a very good offense around Aaron Rodgers. And that defensive side of the Jets looks good already, too. So I think the Jets probably are going to be good this season.
I think so, too. Let's move on here. So we have some stuff coming out from Kirk Cousins. Obviously, there's been rumors circling around that Trey Lance might get traded to the Minnesota Vikings. And Kirk Cousins made a response saying that he has to earn the right to stay in Minnesota. What do you think about that?
I mean, Kurt has been there all of his career, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could see on how he would want him to fight for that because Kirk Cousins has deserved that spot and has been playing good at that spot. But I mean, he's getting old, and I see why Minnesota wants to bring in Trey Lance. I mean, I would do the same thing in Minnesota's position.
Well, just to tell you, he's not been there most of his career. Most of his career, he was with Washington.
Yeah, that's right. I just remembered that. But for some of his career.
Yeah, just for some of his career, for the later half of his career. But he has been in Minnesota for a while. But if the trade happens with Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins looks like we'll have some competition for that QB1 position. And it'll be interesting to see if he does earn the right to stay there in Minnesota or if they end up trading Kirk Cousins if they get Trey Lance. We got some news surrounding Henry Ruggs II, as it's been a little bit since we've heard news on Henry Ruggs. Obviously, he was a former first-round pick for the Raiders. A while back, was involved in a big wreck in Las Vegas, was speeding up to 156 miles per hour, caused a fiery crash that took the life of a 24-year-old woman. Pleading guilty to this could mean that he will be facing either between 3 to 10 years in prison. What do you think about this?
I mean, taking the life of someone does definitely deserve to be in prison. I also heard he was under the influence when driving.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, he should be in jail. If he didn't do that, he'd probably be a very good receiver. I don't know if he'd be top, 10, but he'd be a decent receiver. People would know about him. But, I mean, stupid decisions happen in this, game, and there's consequences, and that's what he's getting.
Yeah. Well, I think he would have been a pretty good receiver, too. Very fast receiver. I know a lot of people did think he was a reach whenever the Raiders got him, but he was a pretty good receiver before all of this happened. But it looks like Henry Ruggs will be facing some jail time. Any predictions with the 3 to 10 years? How many years he's going to face?
Honestly, I don't think they give him 10 years. I think they give him somewhere in the middle from 5 to 7. I mean, that does seem a little bit reasonable, but still, I don't think he'll ever make a comeback to the NFL. There's just no way. I don't think the NFL would allow him.
Yeah. I don't see a comeback happening, even if he comes out of jail early or if we're to get bailed out.
Even if he comes out jacked out of the gym, super fast and everything, I don't think they'll still allow him in.
Yeah, I think they'd be like Antonio Brown. They won't let him back in the NFL.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes' brother, Jackson Mahomes, also got arrested for sexual battery charges. What do you think about that?
I mean, that guy is crazy. Let's just put that down there. I mean, I don't really pay attention to that guy that much. I think a lot of his stuff is crap. I like Patrick Mahomes. I haven't really paid attention to Jackson Mahomes, but I mean, stupid stuff. People do stupid things. So I mean, You do a
Well,
stupid thing, you're gonna get a consequence.
there's video out there that Jackson Mahomes forcefully tried to kiss a woman without permission from the woman. She ended up pressing charges. Jackson ended up getting bailed out, though, so he is no longer in custody. He ended up bailing out. There was rumors that he was bailed out by Brittany Mahomes, Pat Mahomes' wife.
Really? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
You come from a family like that, they're gonna bail you out.
Yeah. The final story. Just looking around the internet, and I found this interesting story about Titans' new running back Tyjae Spears. He came out of the University of Tulane. He was the 81st overall pick. He's 5'10", 260 pounds, so a very big back in terms of weight, not in size though. He is a speedy and elusive back. Everyone looks for those in running backs. He ran for nearly 1,600 yards, averaging 6.9 yards per carry last fall, 19 touchdowns. But some interesting problems for Tyjae Spears. We're going to get to this. He had 2 torn ACLs, tore the same ACL twice in 2015 and 2020. But there was tests revealed that the full thickness of the cartilage was lost, and he had no ACL in his knee. Wow. And he also has arthritis. What do you think of that? Playing in the NFL without an ACL?
And some people would call that an advantage because, you won't get hurt you won't tear another ACL. But, playing without it, that's just crazy, bro.
Report from Ian Rappaport came out that he may become a one-contract guy and he may be over with. I could see it happening. 0 cartilage in the knee and no ACL there? That is insane.
Yeah, he takes one shot to that knee. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. Last year at Tulane, ran for 1,600 yards, 19 touchdowns without an ACL.
If he could do that, then there is still some hope for him in the NFL. But, the transition from college to NFL is totally different, so you got to, remember. Yeah. So it just depends,
So, obviously, the draft was not that long ago. I know you're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah, you got that right.
So I asked my normal co-host, Trev Prott, about how he thought his team's draft went. So I guess I'll go ahead and ask you, how did you think your Giants did in the draft?
Unexpected. I'll put it in one word for you. I did not think that the Giants would be taking that guy as their round 1 pick. I'm trying to remember his name.
Deonte Banks, the corner out of Maryland.
They do need cornerbacks, that is for sure. But, I've never really heard of it. Other than, he seems good. I've seen some highlights. He doesn't seem bad. And then after that, Tennessee, there's 2 really good Tennessee receivers in this draft. The Giants got one of them. This guy looks really good. The Giants need some receiving core, some cornerback core. So,
yeah.
It's unexpected, but I could see where they're heading with it. Get some depth, maybe even get a breakoff player in the middle of the season. You never know. I like.
Well, to be honest, I was surprised Jalin Hyatt even fell that far. Same with Cedric Tillman, but whenever you guys got Jalin Hyatt. Now, I will say, he was available whenever we could have picked him. I like Jalin Hyatt. He just doesn't fit our system, so I get why we drafted Rashee Rice instead. But, I feel like Jalin Hyatt will fit to your system in New York.
Yeah, I really hope so. If he does, he could be a serious threat for other teams.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me here today. Obviously, like I said, Trev Productions was not able to join me here today, so we have a backup. We have my backup in here today, Underrated Prods. I want to thank you for coming on today. I'm Ty Walker, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for episode number 10.
See ya.